For the last 2 weeks, I have been doing an impressive amount of adulting against my will. Last week, I spent the entire week crunching numbers for my upcoming firefly research trip. Which sounds respectable. It sounds scientific. Like I should be wearing field gear and speaking confidently into a clipboard. But somewhere in the middle of researching airlines, rental cars, Airbnbs, reimbursement limits, and forms I have never filled out before, I kept having the same thought. I am a liar. I am a fraud. I am filling out all this serious grown-up paperwork so I can get paid to go catch bugs. There is an irony in there somewhere. I'm just too tired to excavate it properly. But it's there. So last week was all logistics and stress and trying to sound like a legitimate person making legitimate arrangements for legitimate research. And then this week came in like it had a bone to pick with me. We're doubling up on schoolwork right now because I'm trying to finish the school year before this trip. I am not going to be doing school remotely. I refuse. I'm not dragging books and pencils and extra nonsense across state lines while trying to do research. Absolutely not. So, on top of everything else, I'm trying to speed run the end of the school year with my daughter. Monday, I did groceries. Which is always stressful right now because groceries aren't just errands anymore. They're like financial trauma in a shopping cart. Then, that night, we had ballet, which is good and worthwhile, but still one more thing in a life already held together with coffee and prayer. Tuesday, my husband needed me to run back and forth between his offices, which I was happy to do, I always am. But interruptions are dangerous when you are already behind on everything and operating on fumes. All of this is happening while I'm still playing musical cats because Edgar is still trying to kill Mr. Darcy. At least that's what it looks like. So that's been a nice, gentle background layer of peace and stability in the home. Then Wednesday. Wednesday really had a range. I had to deposit money for my husband at the ATM. But it didn't want to accept one of the bills. Immediately, my brain went, oh no, this is counterfeit. Fantastic. Now I'm going to be accused of organized crime. So, I went inside to deposit this one rogue bill, and the teller says, oh, that's probably counterfeit. What? Really? No, he said. Just kidding, this happens all the time. Whew. Sir, that is not a joke for people already hanging on by a thread. After that, I had to go to the store for ingredients to make Edgar and Mr. Darcy's homemade food. Because, of course, my cats now eat better than we do. I got most of what I needed, but not all, which is more stressful than not going at all. Then, just to add a little sparkle to the day, I almost forgot those ingredients and left them in the car. Thankfully, it was still ice cold when I realized my mistake, which honestly felt like one of the few mercies I have received lately. Thank you, Jesus. Then my daughter told me that her appliance was hurting, so now I needed to call the dentist and make her appointment for Thursday morning. Which is annoying because I already had a dentist appointment Thursday afternoon. So now we get to leave the house twice in one day for dentistry. What fun. And dentists do love me. Because between medications, genetics, chronic illness, and the fact that I no longer have a colon to absorb nutrients like a normal person, my teeth have decided they too would like to be a recurring administrative burden. And Wednesday was still not done, because my daughter also had a service project for AHG that afternoon, which is good. I support character building. I would just have preferred it to happen some other week when I wasn't running on my third cup of coffee and a sad representation of the fruits of the spirit. Then Thursday, dentist for my daughter, double schoolwork, then dentist for me. And then Friday, Edgar gets neutered. Which I'm not looking forward to, because obviously what this week needed was surgery for the most unstable individual in the house. And also, he is my emotional support kitten that I waited months for. So, obviously, part of my brain is going, what if something happens? What if he dies? What if he hates me forever for this elective surgery that he absolutely did not consent to? Then Saturday, there's AHG Board of Review. I'm a leader this year, which means I also get to worry that I forgot somebody's badge, or that I overlooked something important, or that I'm generally failing in some small but memorable way. Meanwhile, my husband is sick. My dog is still in crisis mode. My senior cat is still sick. And my spring chicken cat is still trying to take over the house and torment every living being in it. So that has been my life lately. And the strange thing is, I think the biggest win here is that I have not had a meltdown. Not yet. I would like that to be recognized. I would like points for that. A ribbon, maybe, or a plaque. A cookie. That'd be even better. Possibly financial compensation. Because sometimes you do not get through a week by being graceful or serene or deeply rooted in peace. No. Sometimes you get through a week by drinking a concerning amount of coffee, doing the next thing, muttering to yourself in the car, and refusing to completely lose your mind out of sheer stubbornness. And honestly, at this point, that counts. The week isn't over yet, though. So, I do want to be humble. There's still time for me to go completely off my rocker. But as of this moment, I am still standing. Annoyed, tired, suspicious of what Friday might bring, but still standing by the grace of Jesus and an irresponsible amount of coffee.